Hello guys and welcome to the Final Whistle, and today we're going to do something new. We're going to do some designing. We're going to use Gemini Pro and we are going to get to work. So I am going to try and produce a similar to the cinema shot director that I've created. Try and create like almost like a football type one. So obviously in here this is the Hulk mid transformation, dynamic action, bus stop, rain, Italian mystery film, etc. This is the kind of images you're getting. So on this one, I've locked in the feature, so you can keep the characters, the pose, set location, whatever. So what I've done is just lock the character, randomize everything, and we can choose from some maybe like Great Hall of I can't even speak, Hogwarts. We click generate here. And we should, you see the history here. This is, again, in Hogwarts now. You've got the Hulk. And it's just really cool. Like, just generally is pretty cool. So we're going to try to do a new chat. And we're going to try using Canvas. And we want to create a football image generator. So we're going to say create a football. I always put soccer just in case because it's an American company, in case it understands the difference. So create a football image generator. Include some styles, stadiums, weather, time of day, and maybe clubs / international teams. Make them as realistic as possible. And what it will do now, it will build the coding for that, and obviously all we need to do is add what we think would make it better. If errors occur, you can tell it to fix the error, things like this, and we can really go to town on it. So you can see it's building the code now for the football image generator. So I can see it says enter. You can ask it pretty much anything. So graphically, you can ask it to change things graphically. I've made some other generators. I've made some other generators. That film one is just so much fun because you can get different characters in different settings that you wouldn't probably have before. So you can see here, it's really substandard right now. So we've got teams here. So let's say international. Let's go England versus the Netherlands. We're going to have it at night. Let's go, say like it's a World Cup. So we'll go for the San Siro. Light rain, hyper realistic, generate. As you see, an error occurs, so it can fix that error. So if we try and fix the error, it can be a tough task at times because you can always get errors and things like this. So it's hard to do sometimes, but we just work on it. It's really good when you can get it working as well. I just thought as well, this will be a different type of video. I know it's not like football news. I know it's none of that sort of stuff, but I thought I'd do something to do with football with something that I kind of find enjoyment in the building of this. So this is interesting. So let's see the thinking. So the error you were seeing was unexpected end of input. Typically happens when the application receives an unexpected response from the server. Okay, let's try to fix it. We're just waiting here because it's loading here. Once that's loaded, we can then continue on from it. So here we go. So it's done that, fixed that error. We'll just keep it at the same for now and we'll see what happens. So we've got an API response now as well. This is where it can be quite challenging. I found it challenging on the football ones. I don't know why. It's always the football ones. Like the film one, it works really, really well, but the football one, It just doesn't. But you can make so many things. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I'm pretty certain if I just get rid of this canvas bit, ask it for an image of something, it would produce it. Why I think it's handy in building the generators is because you don't have to type the prompt out. The prompt is always written out based on the choices you make. So it tends to work, I feel, better. This is the thinking. Let's have a look. It just shows again the power of AI is absolutely, like, it's just crazy, like generally crazy. Let's minimize that thinking. Let's see what it's saying here. Don't want that thinking there. Something to do with the prompt, I think. Well, let's try again. So we'll just keep everything at the same. I'm sure we're going to get an error again, actually. Yeah. So if we just, ignore that for now. In actual fact. What's going on here? I'm just going to refresh that. Aha, maybe that's why. And we're just going to get rid of this now. And we're going to go to a new chat. If I say create a hyper realistic image of Man United versus Man City in the Premier League at night with rain. Premier League at night with rain, and it's two players battling for the ball. See if it works this. So I think it's going to produce the image. It's just, for some reason, the image generators, if I do an image generator for wildlife, locations, films, anything like that, it tends to work. If I do it for football, it doesn't tend to work. So we're going to move on. What I'll do is I'll now produce a sort of simulator, if that makes sense. You can see the image is here now, and it's a really good image, and it's kind of what we wanted before. But obviously, it's not part of the image generator. So we're going to go canvas, and we're now going to say create me using the data as from the 13th of June 2025, a match simulator, and also make this as realistic as you can. Use just the Premier League. Hopefully this will work. I've done this before, so I'm kind of hoping this will work. So I think it's going to take some data from the last season, which, okay, is going to work. It's going to help. But I'm hoping it's going to do what it did before for me and put Sunderland in the Premier League alongside Leeds and Burnley. So yeah, like I said, AI can do pretty much most things. That one thing that for some reason I can't get it to do is provide the image generator for the football. I had it before, but then it just won't work. It is so hard to get around, and you tend to always get error after error on that one. Whereas the match simulator, news generator, SEO for YouTube, SEO for TikTok, things like this, if you can build things like this, it works really, really well. This is using the 2.5 Pro as well. So here's the teams. It's got still got some of the older teams in there. So we'll just do Liverpool, Man City for now. There it is. So they do try and put the logos in as well, but you can kind of see from this like what it tries to do. That's more realistic. Well, actually, Nunes scored twice, so maybe not. But you can see what sort of thing it's gonna do. Like, that's terrible. Yeah, you can see what it's going to do. Builds match statistics, tries to get the away logos, the home logos. Let's do Bournemouth. And there you go. Clever enough to know that you can't use the same teams. Let's do Bournemouth-Fulham. There we go. It just is so simplistic, but is so brilliant. You can then say, base this on the 2025-26 season. Research it first. And what it should do is it should look for the information first. It should then change it to, hopefully, the next stage. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Okay, I've done the most recent season. You can add files as well. PDF files are really good. So if you click upload, you can literally upload anything. Let's do its thing first, then we'll move on to that. Let's see what happens. And we'll go from there. Right, so successfully done. So it's from last season now, but it has got Sunderland in it now. So let's do Sunderland Arsenal. There you go. That's its prediction for that. Havertz, Martinelli, Saka twice. Let's do Chelsea. They beat Chelsea. Palmer scored a few. Let's do Liverpool, Sunderland. Many expect that to be the first game, to be fair. Luis Diaz scored a hat-trick. And then you can build on this as well. You can, like, add more. So, like, add, for instance, XG. Add an option for, like, level of performance. So, if we said add an option for me to select a form for the team, 1 being really poor, 5 being top form. We'll see if it adds it in. And what it should do is add a selection box to decide the form. So as we go through, say, next season, we can then look at the form. Say for the last 5 games, they've lost 4 and won 1. We can say that's really poor form because they've lost 4 out of the last 5. We can then look at, say for instance, Liverpool, Sunderland like this. Sunderland are drawing all their games. You would say it's about a number 3, maybe sort of medium form. Liverpool have won the last 5. You'll put them on top form, simulate to get a better representation of the result. If Sunderland lost the last 5 games, Liverpool have won the last 5. You'd put Liverpool as number 5, being excellent form, and Sunderland being number 1, poor form. That's how it would work. And it just saves the middleman. You don't have to build no code. The code is getting built for you. You can see it in here, all getting built for you. And unbelievably, so much thought and everything goes into code. So it's a lot easier for you, the people who don't know how to build code, it's a lot easier for you to get a sort of a streaming simulation of that. So for instance, now we've got form tables. So Liverpool, will say, have been on top form and they're facing Brighton. So let's say Liverpool are a 5, Brighton have been on average form, and then we go. You're still going to get results like this. You're still going to get the results. You get a 2-2 draw there, a 3-2 draw there, a 6-4, blah, blah, blah. If you put it on poor, then most of the time you would expect Liverpool to win. It's not always. So have the form reflect the chances of winning, drawing, and losing. Also add a I'm trying to think, add another option you think would help get more real results. Let's see what we get here. So we're told it to have the form reflect of the chances of winning, drawing, and losing. So obviously now the poor form and the excellent form make more sense. So more than likely, you've probably got a 75% chance of winning if you're in excellent form compared to poor form where you've probably got a 10% chance, for instance, just as a random. I don't know how it's going to generate that for now. Also add another option. We've added a morale factor. Nice. So we've got a pre-match win, draw, loss probabilities. Before each simulation, you'll now see a pre-match forecast that shows the percentage of a chance of a home, draw, or away win. This forecast is directly influenced by the form selector you requested, making its impact clear. This is really, really good. New, it's added a morale factor in. So I've added another strategic layer you control, morale. You can set each team's moral to low, normal, or high. A team with a high morale will get a slight performance boost, while a team with low morale will be slightly disadvantaged, adding another dimension of realism to the simulation. I like it. I like that it's added that morale factor in. I didn't think of that myself. That's why I asked to add anything that it thinks will benefit it and get more realistic results. So it's now added that. So we're going to keep it at normal for Aston Villa. Let's put them in poor form. Liverpool on number 4, and Liverpool's got high morale. Villa have got low morale. That's your forecast. That's your result. So there was a 15% chance of a draw, end up as a draw. Simulate again. The percentage chances stay the same. If you was to change that from high, excellent, and high, obviously they're in poor form, so it should make a difference. It does 65% chance of winning, and they won 3 goals to 2. This will help you predict next season, I'm sure. So, for instance, Burnley, average, normal. Let's put Manchester United, average, normal, simulate. So it actually gives the home side a slight more of a chance. So coming to the start of the season, before the teams start, obviously you're going to look at the form of the last 5 games in the leagues they were in. Manchester United, say, have averaged, but they're low morale. Burnley are poor, but normal morale. You can see that does give the away side 45% chance of winning because they're in better form, but their morale's lower. But it turns out Burnley win 2 goals to 1, etc. So that is just a short video. I just wanted to do something a little different. Hope you enjoyed. And I will again see you soon for more football videos. Bye for now.